أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. The Dajjal rules the world. Episode 2. Meaning of the letters Alif Laam Meem. In last episode, I have explained how to get guidance. If you have not seen this episode, please go back and see it, and always see this whole series in episode wise and don't miss the last one, otherwise you won't understand the next one. They are important message and steps to follow in every episode. There we go about this one. Last episode I explained that to get guidance we ask Allah to guide us, and we say Ihdina Siratul Mustaqim, and Allah gave the answer right after that, and it says Alif Laam Meem. And I explained these three verses in my last episode. But in this one, I'm just going to explain the word Alif Laam Meem. What I believe that Alif Laam Meem is a shorter version of these three verses. So if we know the meaning, we can basically, just like LOL means laugh out loud. So that's what I believe the Alif Laam means. Alif Laam Meem means these three verses. If you know the mean, all Allah have to say, Ihdina Siratul Mustaqim, all Allah have to say, Allah would say that Alif Laam Meem, and then would go directly to Ulaika ala hudan min rabbihim. But here I'm going to explain what this means. As you notice, the Alif, Lam, and Meem, they are three words. And if you notice, the answer of our prayers for the guidance came in these three verses, which I explained in last episode. And just like there are three words, there are three verses. That's the point number one. Point number two is that Alif, Lam, Mim, just like there are three words, each verse itself have three sections. If you notice, I have put them in section wise here, and I explained the meaning of each section in last episode 2. That's the point number 2. The point number 3 is that Alif is separate, as you can see, Alif is, and Lam and Mim are connected. As you can see, this verse, which represents the first letter, Alif, is separate from the next two verses, which are connected. Why they are connected? Because as you know, that these two verses explain the meaning of the word muttaqeen, and they tells us about the 6 qualities of the muttaqeen which they have to follow, and then they will be guided by their Lord. Point number 4 is, as you notice that Alif Lam Mim, Alif here I'm going to show you here, the Alif letter itself physically is a small letter. The Lam is physically, as you can see, it's a big letter compared to here. You see the Alif just finishes here, and Mim again, it's a physically takes a more place to write. The same way you can see the first verse, which represent Alif, is small verse, while Lam, the next verse, Lam and Mim, both verses are longer verses, just like the Lam and Mim are the longer words, or in length in physical writing. Point number 5, Alif is supposed to be pronounced short here, but Lam and Mim are not pronounced short here. It says Lam, Mim, because of these vowels. But Alif is not supposed to pronounce long. There are no vowels in them. So again, the first verse is short, and second two verses are longer. So that's why there are also the Lam and Memes are also pronounced longer. So these are the 5 things I wanted to explain in this. So once you know this thing, you can just say, you can see that after asking the Guidance here, the answer comes, that's the first word is the answer, the Alif Lam Mim, that's it, that is the answer of our prayer. Then we can go directly and say, Ulaika ala hudan min rabbihim, these are the people who are guided. So this is just the explanation given to us because of our, limited knowledge. The words are explained, but why the words are explained? Of course, some people say that there are two thoughts on the meaning of the Alif Lam Mim. The one group of the scholars says that nobody knows their meaning other than Allah. The other group of scholars says no, at the time of the Prophet, people knew its meaning, but over the time, the meaning was lost. If they would not knew the meaning, they would always have objected it because they objected every single thing the Prophet said, but they never objected these words. So that means that they knew what Alif Lam Mim and they understood the next three lines means this. And just like today we know what LOL means, it means laugh out loud when we chat with each other. In this world, nobody probably is gonna, if you write LOL to anybody, probably nobody is gonna ask what LOL means. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. I don't know from 1400 years from now, people will know what LOL means or not. So it's just a little bit, one example I gave you for this. That's all for today. The reason why I shared this, that you see, once you ask for guidance, Allah will guide you and He will open your mind. And you can see things that the millions will miss. They're right in there, in plain sight, and nobody will see it. But you can see it once you ask for guidance and you put your actions into it. You will see things that millions and billions will miss. It's right there. I just showed you. These 5 things that I pointed out, it's right here in front of our eyes. People missed for 1400 years. I cannot blame them. But it was there. There could be more meanings, which I don't know. And I'm not saying that's the only meaning. There could be more meanings. There could be some other meaning, which I don't know. I just explained what I discovered. Next section is going to be about 10 verses of Surah Al-Kahf that Prophet said to save us from ourselves, from Dajjal. We have to read those 10 verses every Friday, and I'm going to explain those 10 verses in next episode. If you like this, please share and subscribe. Assalamu alaikum.